Welcome, friend. In a world full of noise, may this moment be your gentle pause. Today, we'll explore a teaching that invites stillness, clarity, and inner peace. Have you ever had a wonderful day, your heart light and full, only to see news of a tragedy online? Suddenly, the joy vanishes. It is replaced by a heavy feeling, a quiet question: how can I be happy when others are suffering? If you are a sensitive person, this feeling is likely very familiar. It is the sting of feeling guilty for being happy. This sense that your joy is somehow a betrayal of those who are in pain. It comes from a beautiful place in your heart. It comes from compassion, from your deep connection to the world around you. But today, we will look at this feeling with gentleness and wisdom. We will learn to see the difference between true compassion and a kind of self-punishment that serves no one. And we will discover a way to hold both joy and sorrow, with a heart that is wide enough for everything. Let us begin by honoring that feeling of guilt. It shows that you care. It shows that your heart is open, but we must ask an honest question. Does my suffering truly help the person who is suffering? When you put out your own light in sorrow for someone else's darkness, the world does not gain more light. It simply loses the little flame that you are holding. Now there are two in the dark, instead of one. Your pain, added to theirs, does not lessen their burden. It only makes your own shoulders heavier, until you have no strength left to even offer a hand. This is the crucial difference between empathy and entanglement. Empathy says, I feel with you, and I wish for your suffering to end. Entanglement says, I must suffer with you, or my happiness is wrong. True compassion is a powerful, active force. It is not a passive sinking into despair. It is a strength that is born from a heart that is well cared for, a heart that is allowed to feel joy. The Buddha taught of 4 states of heart that are boundless and beautiful. They are called the Four Immeasurables. They are loving kindness, compassion, sympathetic joy, and equanimity. Today, we will focus on 2 of these gems, sympathetic joy and equanimity. They are the perfect medicine for a heart that feels guilty for its own happiness. Let's first speak of mudita, or sympathetic joy. This is the practice of feeling genuinely happy for the good fortune of others, and, just as importantly, for our own good fortune. Mudita is the opposite of jealousy, but it is also the antidote to guilt. It is the radical permission to celebrate happiness wherever it appears, without question, without hesitation. When you see someone succeeding, or when you experience a moment of pure bliss, mudita is the mind that says, how wonderful! May this happiness continue. May it grow. It is a generous heart, one that understands that joy is not a limited resource. Another's happiness does not take away from yours, and your happiness does not mock the sorrow of another. Now let us turn to the 4th and perhaps most profound of these states, Upekkha. This is often translated as equanimity, but it is so much more than that. It is a spacious, balanced, and unshakable peace. Upekkha is not indifference. It is not being cold or unfeeling. In fact, it is the opposite. It is a love so vast that it can hold everything, the pleasure and the pain, the praise and the blame, without being shaken. The mind of equanimity understands that every being has their own journey, their own karma. We can help, we can love, we can offer our light, but we cannot walk the path for them or carry their burdens as our own. In the ancient Jataka tales, the Buddha advises us to have a mind like the earth. People can throw fragrant flowers or filthy waste upon the earth. The earth receives it all without delight and without disgust. The earth does not rejoice or complain. It simply is. This is the essence of Upekkha. It is a profound, non-reactive presence, a heart that remains steady through the changing seasons of life. When you cultivate this equanimity, you can see suffering, and your heart can respond with compassion. You can see joy, and your heart can respond with mudita. You are not tossed back and forth on the waves of emotion. You become a safe harbor for yourself and for others. Your peace becomes a silent offering to the world, a place of rest for all who are weary. So how do we practice this? How do we nurture our own happiness so that we have more to give? Let's explore some gentle, practical ways. First, understand that your happiness is not an insult to the suffering of others. It is a vital resource. Think of your heart as a cup of water. If your cup is empty, what can you offer to someone who is thirsty? Nothing. You must first allow your own cup to be filled. Your joy, your peace, your well-being, this is what fills your cup. When your cup is full, it naturally overflows. This overflow is your gift to the world. It is the kindness you can offer, the patience you can show, the love you can give, because you are not running on empty. Think of it another way. Your happiness is a lantern. In a dark world, it is a brave and necessary act to keep your lantern lit. Hiding your light does not make the world brighter, but sharing your light, letting it shine, can help someone else find their footing on a difficult path. Your calm can calm them. Your hope can inspire theirs. So the next time that feeling of guilt arises, try this. First, pause and breathe. Acknowledge the feeling without judgment. Say to yourself, "Ah, there is the caring heart. There is compassion." Then, instead of letting the guilt pull you down, let the compassion guide you to a small, concrete action. You do not need to solve all the world's problems. Just do one small thing. Perhaps you can send a loving thought or a prayer to those who are suffering. Visualize them being held in peace and safety. This is a powerful act of the heart. Perhaps you can donate a small amount to a cause that helps. Or maybe you can simply offer a kind word to a stranger or be extra patient with your family. Let your compassion become a verb. By doing this, you honor the feeling, but you transform its energy. You turn the heavy weight of guilt into the gentle, uplifting movement of love in action. And at the same time, consciously practice filling your own cup. Take a moment each day to notice one small thing that brought you joy. A warm cup of tea, the sound of rain, a beautiful song. This is not selfish. This is the practice of mudita for yourself. It is training your mind to see the good. The more you see the good in your own life, the more capacity you will have to hold the sorrows of the world with equanimity. Your happiness is a gift. Please do not feel guilty for it. It is a sacred gift that, when nurtured, becomes a gift for all beings. It is the fuel for your compassion. It is the light of your lantern. It is the overflow from your cup. The world needs your joy. The world needs your peace. So let your heart be like the great earth, capable of receiving everything with spacious, unshakable peace. Let it be a source of joy for yourself, so it can be a source of comfort for others. How will you fill your cup today? What one small drop of joy will you allow yourself to receive? Your peace is a blessing. May you cherish it. Thank you for being here. If this teaching brought you calm or insight, consider sharing it with one person or many. May you walk gently today with peace in your heart. Until next time.